Hey, Yetta, when is a green book not green?
When it's red.
That's exactly it. How'd you get that?
Yeah, practiced.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
We're welcoming you to another episode of Life's Inside Track. I'm Yetta Decker.
And I'm Ken Decker.
And it's where we get to share techniques, thoughts, tips, tools, and tactics that we all need. We all deserve. You, I, everyone. So we can turn our house into home, our families thrive, and we live the very best life possible, having some fun along the way.
Yeah.
So what we're going to just consider this time is what is the reason we don't like to read. As North Americans, only 42% of people do not read a book after their formal education.
In their lifetime?
Apparently.
Like 58% of people continue reading?
Yeah.
And 42% stop.
In North America, apparently. After their formal
question.
education.
Why is that?
And
why
so we're
do they
going
stop?
to consider why do they stop,
Mhm.
and why would you want to start again? How can you do that?
Okay. Sounds like a great show.
Who knew? And so why don't we read? Like, why is it that 42%? What are the reasons that we were able to discover?
I think the biggest for me, like I want to read. I set a plan to read and I read. And I still don't read as much as I desire to read. And I think a lot of it is technology distraction, screen time. It's instant gratification. You know, like I said to some people, well, why would I read a novel? I'll just wait for the movie to come out and I'll watch the movie in an hour and a half. It's time efficient. But beyond that, I think it's the stimulus. We get addicted to the stimulus of screen time and the action, the movement, the colors. It's not quite the same. And the brain works, I don't know if it works harder, works differently when it's imagining what it's reading in the book. It's visualizing, it's filling in the blanks, it's creating the pictures.
Well, and do you think part of it too, you said overstimulation, but also we want to be entertained. Mm-hmm. We don't want to really more and more do the work. A little bit lazy, maybe is the word.
Lazy hazy.
Lazy.
Wow. Okay.
And so that's one of the reasons I think a lot of us don't work. We want to be entertained. We're done. We're finished. We ran hard all day. We're busy. So the other reason is busy. Not enough time.
Just busy people.
Because there's more options and more possibilities of things that we can do than we have time to do.
We can go out, we can play, we can have friends, we can talk on the phone, we can text, we can scroll.
We can work.
We could work, yeah.
We could work. Mm-hmm. So there's just more options than there's ever been, before. And so I think we're just busy and overscheduled.
Yeah. I think
and we don't. So one of the other reasons is we don't schedule reading.
Oh, okay.
Right? So why would we read? Well, it's not usually just going to fall on our lap. Like the book doesn't generally fall off the bookshelf unless I put too many in there.
Yeah, we have really smart bookshelves.
Yes, we do, because there's a lot of books on those shelves.
All right. So I think part of it too is people might find reading boring because the previous books they've read, whether it was at university, college, high school, public school, whatever, they found them boring. Maybe they were forced on them. It wasn't the subject matter that they would like, or maybe the style of the author, the writing style, right? So if you find it boring, why would you book time to do it?
You wouldn't. Right? I think one of the other reasons that I certainly hesitated is I was confused. Confused about what to pick. How do I pick something that will be entertaining?
So you want to use a good use of your time and you don't know which book, because reading a book takes some time.
It really does.
And you don't want to read the wrong book or a boring book.
And as you were just talking, and my brain just flipped back to Allie. Allie, who was our
co-op
student. I was going to say intern. Similar, right? Co-op student. She had, even though she was in high school still, did everything she could to resist reading because they weren't books that interested her.
Yeah, she was quite distraught when you said, part of your co-op is you're going to read The Wealth Formula, the book that Ken and I wrote.
And she went, what? And once she actually got into it, everything opened up for her. So she started to see the reason, because it became an area of interest. There was relational concepts in it and growth principles. There wasn't just money, because she didn't think she needed to worry about money. And yet, as she read the book, she realized if she can handle money today with the little she has, it'll be easier when she has more. So if you haven't seen that episode, it's actually a really good one that illustrates a lot of what we're talking about. It was May 18th, I think, in 2023. And so if you want to go back and find that episode, it's a cool interview. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't involved in it, so.
It makes it even cooler, right? So if you're thinking, I want to do more reading, we have an invitation for you that's a little unique this time. And that is, we're doing a book club starting in just a few weeks, November 23rd, 2023. And we'll tell you why you want to read in a minute and continue to unpack it. But know that if you're not part of our community yet, other than tuning into Life's Inside Track on the radio, then go ahead and send us an email, together@deckerteam.com, and we will extend the invitation with all the details on the 1-hour Zoom book club that will go on for quite a few weeks until we read a great book written by a mentor of ours called Becoming More.
Yeah. And that's starting November 23rd.
Yeah.
Right. And Mentor Coach, it's an amazing book. We were pre-readers, so we got to read it before it came out on the market. Awesome.
And it's out now, so you'll be able to find the links on our pages and be able to buy the book. And it's not a pre-order anymore, but certainly order it so you have it to read along when we're doing the book club.
So let's talk about what makes reading fun again. And I think the number one is what you just said. Whenever I read a book in a book club, like with other people, I get the companionship, the readership. We read books together frequently, the two of us, and I just find it's more fun. Also, I have a deadline. I like deadlines. I like deadlines. So if I have to read 2 chapters before next Thursday, sometimes I'm reading it Wednesday night,
or Thursday morning,
and yet I'm getting it done.
Right. And reading, one of the reasons you want to read is it actually reduces stress and anxiety because it slows you down.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah, it gives you those good endorphins, especially if it's a topic you enjoy, you're passionate about it, or maybe it's a fantasy, a fiction book, or mystery, and it gets you going, right?
Yeah. So why read? Because it will move you forward. They actually have proven again and again, readers are often leaders. They have more influence in life, and they actually earn more money.
Yeah.
Like until you read your first book, which was about a decade after university. All those words. But almost a decade after university, you read your first non-forced book. And did that not change your world?
Changed my life. And I became a reader. And it changed our financial world too.
And our relational world. I mean, it changed everything. So we're not just sharing these things from concept. We're sharing these things from a practical life experience.
Yeah. So what's your favorite memory of reading? Tap into that, and that's going to bring you to reading more. And we're honored to be positioning you to build wealth wisely, because it's about much more than just money.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.